אני מתחיל. Amazing, shalom, Alan. To those who don't know me, my name is Ron Zohar, and I'm gonna take you with me on this journey to the month of Elul. This short video is going to be short because I just want to give you some introduction to this whole process. Okay, so we need to start by knowing today's date, and you know that the day, according to the Jewish calendar, start at the night. Okay, you remember when God created the world, he started from Vayi Erev, Vayi Boker. Okay, so every day starts from the night. So today we are on the 30th day of the month of Av. So today is Lamed Be'av, okay? Which is interesting because not all of the Hebrew month has a 30 day. But when we do have Lamed, like the 30 day of the month, we have two Rosh Chodesh, okay? So we actually celebrate two new moons, okay? So tonight is one new moon, and tomorrow night we're going to start the second new moon, and tomorrow night is going to be actually the first day of Elul. So interesting enough, we have 2 days of preparing ourselves to the month of Elul, okay? And actually, even though tomorrow is the 30th day of Av, we do all the ceremonies and all the traditions of the new month, which means today we are adding another prayer in the Amidah, the silent prayer in our prayer tonight. And tomorrow morning, we're going to say Hallel. Hallel is another addition that we say on high holidays and on the new moon, on Rosh Chodesh. Okay, so we're going to say tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Okay, now what is it all about? We need to understand, again, we know that the Jewish calendar is actually a lunar one, by the way, like the Muslims, but the Jews, and it has all kind of historical reasons, doing the kind of combination between the lunar calendar and the Gregorian calendar, like the one who goes according to the sun. And that's why every few years we are adding the second month of Adar. That's why we have Adar Aleph and Adar Bet, to align the days between the lunar year and the sun year, because according to the Judaism, the 12th month, the Jewish 12th month, according to the lunar, is missing 10 days. Okay, so if the lunar year has 355 days, the Gregorian one, according to the sun, has, as you know, 365. By the way, if we want to be Kabbalist, okay, the numerical value of 355 in Hebrew letters is Shana, okay? Shin is 300, Nun 50, Hey 5. So this is, if you want to kind of play with gematria and words. So the month of Elul is actually just the beginning of the journey. And the journey, kind of, when you think about it and being connected to the days we are going through, actually the journey ends on Simchat Torah, starting today and goes all the way until the end of Sukkot, in the holidays of Simchat Torah, the celebration of the Torah. We're going to talk about it. But it's not like the high holidays, as we call them in Judaism. It's not just Rosh Hashanah, the New Year, Yom Kippur, okay, the Day of Atonement, and Sukkot and Simchat Torah. Christians call it Sukkot Pentecostals, but it's more than that. So it doesn't start just on the first day of the month of Tishrei, the next month, okay? It's actually start today. It's a journey, okay? But for us to understand the month of Elul, we need to understand what's going on in Tishrei. We have actually four very high holidays, okay? Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and Simchat Torah in 1 month. It's very not typical. Like we have months that we don't have nothing, and then we have month that we have one, and that's it. And Tishrei has a lot of stuff in it, okay? And again, most of our holidays, thinking of Sukkot, thinking of Pesach, they are in the 15th of the month, okay? Tu b'chodesh, okay? Tu be'av, okay? Tu b'shvat. Pesach is in the 15th, tu is 15, okay? In the month of Nisan, and Sukkot is it's the 15th of the month of Tishrei. But actually, two of our biggest holidays starts on the first day and the second day of Tishrei. This is Rosh Hashanah. And the 10th day of Tishrei, this is Yom Kippur. Now, again, we need to understand, and if you heard me before, you know that I talk about it a lot, that Jewish holidays, there's a big connection to the Hebrew dates, okay? It's not by coincidence. There's a reason why Tishrei, the first of Tishrei is Rosh Hashanah, okay? And the 15th of Tishrei is Sukkot, okay? And it's all corresponding to the moon, okay? Because we know that the first day of the month, the moon is not there, okay? It says in the Torah, Bakese leyom chagenu. Kese, from the word kisui, means cover. So our celebration day, Yom Chagenu, is actually when the moon is covered, okay? We don't see it, okay? And the 15th of the lunar month, the moon is full. So there is something about the moon being full with all the energy. And again, those of you who know, moon in Hebrew is yareach, but we also call it levana. And we talk about that the sun is the masculine energy and the moon is the feminine energy. And again, we celebrate most of our holidays when the feminine energy is full, okay? When there's something about the moon being full that we can draw the energy from, and we say the moon is the levana, but we also know that the feminine energy, we call it shechina, the shekinah, if you say it in an English accent, but the shechina again is the feminine energy. And there's something about that that we're gonna talk in a minute. So let's start, okay? The first day of Tishrei, actually, we called it Yom Hadin, Yom El Din, okay? We say in the El Fatiha, Malik Yom Din, right? This is the day of judgment, which means, and again, it's in the Siddur, in the prayers, we say that every men and women in the world is coming in front of the divine, of the source energy of God, okay? Kivnei Maron, which means that we are all coming in front of him to be judged. Again, I know it's kind of a weird word like judgment and the day of judgment. What does it mean? But this is the day that we are actually, again, in the Jewish tradition, we say that all the books are open. And now someone is going through our textbooks and we're being questioned. How did we do this year? Were we good? Now, if you heard me before, you know that it's not about did you sin? Have you sinned this year? Because sin is not just going over God's commandment. If you remember what we talked about sin is always getting out of a line. Like you're supposed to be in alignment and you're getting out of it. And when you're getting out, the question is, did you went back? Okay. We're going to talk about in a minute about the word tshuva, because that's that's the whole process. Okay, it's like getting out of alignment, getting into alignment, and being in balance. Okay, be'isu. So the 2 days, first 2 days of Tishrei, and I will say that again, according to Sefer Yetzirah, the book of creation, the month of Tishrei is the month of Mosnaim. I will say Mosnaim, like the one that balance the sign.
Libra?
Like, here, plates.
I can't hear you all of a sudden.
Wow. Yeah. Always remind you we're still in a war. Okay. Anyway, so Libra, yes, but there's a reason why Libra. And again, you remember I just said that he's asking me if I switch to Hebrew, and too much to anyway. Remember I told you there's a reason for everything in the Jewish calendar. Okay, so the Judgment Day for sure will be on Libra. Okay, this is the day we need to scale our thoughts, our deeds, our consciousness, our behavior. Okay, and why is it when the moon is sealed? Because there's a saying in the Talmud, I think, Ein habracha shora ella min hasamui min ha'ain. I will translate. The blessing, okay, will be only when something is concealed. Okay, it's not when you're showing off and being cocky and arrogant. Okay, if you have, I don't know, money, if you have, it's not about showing off, because showing off is about ego. Be happy, yeah, give, share, all of it, but it's not about I'm better than you, I'm richer than you, I'm blah blah blah. Okay, so yes, again, when we're talking about the blessing, and we need those blessings when we're being judged, needs to be concealed. So this is why it's the first day. But why second? Usually in Israel, all of our holidays are celebrated for one day only. Only in the diaspora, okay, we celebrate 2 days, right? Because of ancient reasons, to not knowing where is the moon, blah blah blah. But Rosh Hashanah is actually being celebrated 2 days. And that's because for the first day, okay, on Aleph Betishrei, we are being judged by, but according to our, let's say again, sin, I will use the word sin, between Adam lechavero, between one person to another person. All the stuff, again, every time you went out of alignment, out of your balance between people, when you gossip, when you said something bad, when you looked in a bad way on someone, this is the first day, okay? And it's actually the most harsh one between of the 2 days. It's actually called in the Gemara Dina Kashya, Din Kashe. It's like the judgment is the tough one, because this is where you need to do all the work. And the second day is actually Ben Adam Lamakom, between man and the divine, the source, God. Okay? And again, after everything we learned, we know that when if a person has the spark of light within him, when you do the commandments between person to person, you actually do the commandments between a person to God, to the divine, because you are God. And if I'm treating you as I should, from a person to person, I'm actually serving what God intended. Again, according at least to what I understand. But so we said first day of Tishrei, second day of Tishrei, and then we are waiting all the way until the 10th day of Tishrei. But those 10 days, from the first day of Tishrei to the 10th, we are actually call them Aseret Yemei Tshuva, the 10th day of Tshuva, of atonement, of repentance. Because on the 10th day, okay, if the first day and second we were judged, okay, in the courtyard, in the court. The 10th day is actually the day when we are giving the sentence. Now, when you hear that, that's kind of weird, right? Because Yom Kippur, yes, it's a day you ask for forgiveness, blah, blah, blah. But we are not being taught that on Yom Kippur you are being given the sentence. Okay? So now you can understand why those 10 days from Rosh Hashanah till Yom Kippur is a very intense workout days, because if you didn't do it the 30 day of Elul, you need to do it on the 10th day of Tishrei before you've been given the sentence, because it's the money time, right? One thing interesting about Yom Kippur is that actually Yom Kippur is a very unique day. Usually we think that we are doing we're keeping the five things that we're not supposed to do, right? Eat, drink, having sex, taking showers, wearing leather shoes, because we are repenting. Okay, we need to, we're fasting. We need to be sorry. But actually, Yom Kippur is a very unique day, and not as we know, because this is the day when Sfirat Bina, I hope you remember Sfirat Bina, one of the 10 Sfirot, the third from above, okay, is actually going down to Malchut, to this level. So actually, the Sfira that created the world is actually aligned now with this world. So we actually don't need to eat, to have sex, to take shower. We don't need to create light, because we are in the light. Very unique day. If we're in the right consciousness, and maybe we'll talk about it when we get there, okay? It's a very powerful day of connecting to the source, okay? And then, and I will do it fast because we don't have a lot of minutes, and I promise it's going to be short, and I'm already babbling for half an hour, that the next holiday is actually Sukkot. And Sukkot is a great holiday. In a nutshell, the Sukkah is actually a spiritual tool to draw the energy that actually kept the Israelite in the desert. The schach, the leaves that are on top of the Sukkah, is actually connecting us to what we call ananei hakavod, the clouds of, I can say God, but it's actually kavod is respect, but it's not that. It's like the clouds that surrounded the Israelite and protected them for 40 years. Okay, and that's what we can connect on Yom and on Sukkot, and it's actually a 7 week that we can connect to it. And then before Simchat Torah, we have one night that is very special. Okay, we called it Hosha'ana Rabbah. Hosha'ana Rabbah is the night before Simchat Torah. It's a whole night that we study, and actually, on the twilight of those days, when the sun is rising, this is the time when the process is almost end, when the messengers are being sent with your verdict that was given to you on Yom Kippur. So actually, between Yom Kippur to Hoshana Rabbah, we have a few more days that we can again connect, prepare, and do the tikkun, okay, do the tshuva, repent, go back to our balance, okay? And then we have Simchat Torah, because, as a good Jews, after we have the verdict and we can't do nothing about it, let's celebrate and eat and dance with the Torah. And actually, there's a big limud about Simchat Torah. We leave it for something else. But now I want to go back very quick to Elul, because all this process that I talked about right now, the seed level is actually tonight, okay? Because now we are giving not 10 days, not 5 days, we're giving 30 days to change. So this time of Elul is so important every day. That's why my challenge to you guys and to me is to stay focused, in balance, for those 30 days. Okay, you know how a lot of coach will tell you, if you do something for 21 days, it's there, you change. Okay, stop smoking for 21 days, stop eating carbs for 21 days. Okay, or start doing something for 21 days. That's it, the change is there. So I'm not giving you 20 days, 1 days, I'm giving you 30 days to complete the change. And we usually call it tshuva, okay? But we talked about tshuva. Tshuva, again, in Hebrew, tshuva is an answer, but tshuva means to come back. The shuv, to come back to alignment, to come back to your source. What does it mean? What are you going to do this month? We're going to love ourselves. We're going to treat ourselves nicely, okay? We're going to behave, first of all, to ourselves, to our body, to our soul. We're going to forgive. We're talking about saying forgiveness on the 30th day of Elul and Rosh Hashanah and the 10 days between to Yom Kippur. But and actually, the Sephardics are saying the prayer every morning very early. They call it slichot, forgiveness. But the sages are teaching us salach. Okay, the word salach in Hebrew, in Gematria, numerical value is 98. Like the word tzach. Tzach means clean, fresh. What we need to do is to cleanse ourselves from negativity. This is our month. This is what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to remind you how amazing you are. I'm going to remind you how divine you are. I'm going to remind you to talk nice to yourself and love yourself and be gentle with yourself and then with others. Okay? Like the changing of the world, tikkun haolam, the correcting of the world, start with tikkun prat. It starts with me. I need to be correct. I need to behave divine so I can bring it to other people. So I need, and especially in these days when there is so much darkness, okay, we need to bring the light first of all to ourselves, okay, and then to the world. And that's why maybe even, many years I'm thinking of doing this challenge. I never did it. And this time I'm actually imposing it on myself because I'm lazy. And every day to send you something, it's like, oh my God, I'm probably going to forget. And no, I already set and wrote down everything I want to tell you in the 30 days to come because I have my integrity and my commitment to you guys. But we need to make this change. We must. And it must start with us. So tomorrow I'm gonna send you a short video. Short, yeah, short and me doesn't work together, but I'll try. I limited myself to 5 minutes. I'll try to, but just to give you, uh, um, just to remind you in the beginning, just how amazing you are and how amazing the world can be and sometimes is, and how amazing people can be, and that's what we need to do. So 30 days of being focused, and every time we are out of alignment with ourselves, that we're going out of balance, we're not angry at ourselves. We're forgiving, we're loving, and we're back. Okay, that's the movement of the pendulum I was talking about, right? We're moving, but it's upward because every time we're getting out, we're getting back, but now it's in a higher level. That's what I want you to do. Whew. So just to summarize everything, we start today. Okay, tomorrow we're gonna set intentions. Today we're just bringing ourselves to know what we're gonna do, and from tomorrow, hard work of staying focused, staying in balance, loving ourselves, forgiving ourselves, embracing ourselves, accepting ourselves, and then my whole surrounding. Okay, and kind of spreading this word. Okay, if someone is down, that's going to be our task. And I want you to journal. I want you to write. Okay, if you have dreams, guys, thanks to Mayan, I'm dreaming for a week and I remember my dreams. I'm walking. It's like crazy. This is the time. Something is changing. Something is happening. We know something is happening. So we need to be there. So writing your thoughts. If you don't want to write, you want to voice message me, do that. Okay. like share. I'm here to help. I'm here to push you. If you're down, I'm here to send you love. Tash, I'm here to send you love. Okay. And I'm here for you guys to help you out. And it's not just me. Okay. Because, we know that the love of the friends can bring beautiful things. So we are here to push. We're here to push ourselves to do better. Okay. טוב? מעולה. So I'm now gonna
Wow.